I remember when I started looking at Ayurveda a few years back, I came across this textbook called Dravya Guna,
Yeah.
right? And I was like totally like, oh, what is it? And I got the textbook and I opened the book and I was like totally fascinated.
Every drug has a very unique property, every herb, and by combining them strategically, Dr. Usha, we can create a formulation that addresses multiple aspects of a disease, or it can correct pathology, a disease pathology at multiple levels. Ginger, very
Mm,
commonly used spice in the
yeah.
kitchen. Now, ginger has a heating virya or ushna virya, right?
Mhm.
And because it has this ushna virya, ginger is able to stimulate digestion. It stimulates circulation and making it a very effective herb for conditions like cold or sinuses or digestive issues where there is absolutely low appetite because of vata or kapha imbalances. And ginger is known to enhance metabolic processes.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Surasa Talks, where our goal is to encourage dialogues regarding the integration of conventional medicine with contemporary evidence supported approaches. It is my pleasure to introduce our special guest, Dr. Aditi, an Ayurvedic oncologist hailing from India.
Hello, Dr. Usha.
Today's discussion will center around a highly engaging subject, Ayurvedic formulations, unveiling the science of herbal combinations. I think Dr. Aditi and I both are very interested in this subject and Ayurvedic formulations. So we thought we will talk about it. We'll dive into the scientific rationale behind combining multiple herbs, because I know I get that answer a question, sorry, a lot about why I'm putting so many herbs in my formulas, or why are, so many herbs in my formulas, and I'm sure Ayurveda does it. And Dr. Aditi, you probably get that question as well. Why combine multiple herbs in these formulations? And
No,
I would
absolutely.
and we can discuss the synergy as well of the different
Yeah,
herbs that we use in, and does it enhance therapeutic outcomes, and
yeah.
explain also the principles about why so many herbs and so many herbal combinations are there in these Ayurvedic formulations. I want
Uh,
you to.
so, yeah, so this has been my favorite topic as well. I think ever since I joined Ayurveda, particularly from second year, when we had the subject of Dravya Guna, I was just um, fully interested in the science behind Ayurvedic formulations. But just before we go there, I want to know what piqued your interest in herb combinations. I mean, just if there is a backstory.
Yeah, definitely. But before go further, I know
Yeah,
you said one word, Dravya Guna. I would love you to say a little bit more, because I think it's a term maybe a lot of our listeners have no idea.
correct. Yeah. Dravya Guna is akin to modern clinical pharmacology, but it is all about assessing the action of a herb. Dravya Guna, if you want to understand in today's times, it includes pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics of herbs. It is a science that tells us how a herb can interact within the body and give certain results, in particular conditions. So I think Dravya Guna is a very unique subject and field in Ayurveda. And I personally believe that studying Dravya Guna can enhance the knowledge of an Ayurvedic practitioner to a very great extent, because the practitioner will know and understand what kind of herb to give in what kind of disease phase very, very accurately or almost correctly, to say the least.
Yeah. Very nice.
Yeah.
I remember when I started looking at Ayurveda a few years ago, not that many, but a few years back, and I came across this textbook called Dravya Guna,
Yeah.
right? And I was like totally like, oh, what is it? And I got the textbook and I opened the book and I was like totally fascinated, like
Yeah.
how much detail it has written in there, and about the herbs. So as the Sanskrit term Dravya Guna means, I think is Dravya, the
Prop-
ingredients, and Guna,
yeah.
the properties. So that's
Properties. Yeah.
the proper, yeah. And these are words which we always use in our languages, but
Right.
when it was put together and a book was there, and I think I was anchored into Ayurveda, I guess. So that's a little story that I thought I will just share when you said that word Dravyaguna. But I've always been fascinated by herbal medicine, right from my schooling in India, in my undergrad and stuff, which I did, and I grew up. Luckily, I grew up in a place where there was like plenty of flora, and we used to study all that in our botany classes
Right.
and stuff. So I was always into kind of herbs and very interested. And then, of course, the book Dravya Guna piqued my interest a little bit more, and I was fascinated by the synergistic effects. Like that was the first time, from a therapeutic angle, I looked at like how many herbs can go into a single formulation. Because prior to that, I was so more in the world where we were looking at a single molecule and in
Right.
the drug development pathway. So this was my exposure to looking at multiple herbs and then the phytonutrients also, which it is in each herb, the phytoconstituents. So I realized that how important the phytoconstituents and the whole herb was in addressing the holistic approach in herbal medicine. I was intrigued by the complex interactions between these different compounds and how they interact with our biological systems. And I looked into the research as well, right? That was also something I was heading. And so I was always looking into research, and I found lots of publications and papers where they talked about the synergistic interactions that were undergoing and how it was very helpful for the development of new drug formulations or new herbal formulations, I should say, and therapeutic strategies as well, which I employ now in my practice too. So at that time, it was very interesting to understand all this, the synergy actually, the term synergy. I feel in Ayurveda, herbs are often used, I think, right? You can correct me later, if like in combination to enhance the therapeutic effects, like how the formulas are made, one herb will improve the other herb's therapeutic benefit or therapeutic effect, and that's the synergy that was very fascinating, I feel. And maybe you can shed some more light on the scientific rationale behind combining multiple herbs in formulations.
No, absolutely. I mean, you have already summed it up really well. But Ayurveda believes in the concept of samyoga. The
Hmm.
Sanskrit term is samyoga or synergy. Where the different combined actions of different herbs enhances therapeutic outcomes. I mean, that's how most of the Ayurvedic formulations are scientifically selected. So each herb, you know, as we all know, it has its unique properties. It has a unique taste, a unique potency, which we'll discuss shortly. We'll go into detail of all of those things. But every drug has a very unique property, every herb, and by combining them strategically, Dr. Usha, we can create a formulation that addresses multiple aspects of a disease, or it can correct pathology, a disease pathology at multiple levels. I mean, we'll get into the discussion shortly, but it is all about the concept of samyoga or synergy that is taken into consideration when we talk about choosing a particular formulation for a particular condition.
I mean, for our listeners, I wanted to just clarify, and Dr. Aditi, you can shed some more light. Here, we are not only talking about the different phytoconstituents in a single herb and that synergy, like using a raw herb versus a single compound of an herb, but we are also talking about using multiple herbs and how those multiple herbs actually are synergistic to each other. So that's the topic we are focusing on today: is those multiple herbs in a formulation and how they are synergetic. Am I right?
No, absolutely. I mean, that is what we are focusing on. I think that is the strength of Ayurveda, and not
Yeah.
many people understand it. So we can utilize this platform to educate people on this synergy concepts. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm actually learning a lot through you also about the synergy and how it has been used for so many years, and there is kind of lot of data out there that we need to mine and talk about it as well down the road in another podcast. But at this point, I feel leveraging the strengths of various herbs to achieve like a comprehensive effect. That's what you just said,
Yeah.
is kind
Yeah.
of fascinating. And that I also understand that in Ayurveda, the approach is based on the principle that a combined action of these multiple herbs can produce a greater therapeutic effect than the sum of an individual effect. I think that's what you were saying by some
Yes.
yoga, I felt.
Yes, some yoga. Yes.
And the synergistic effect of these Ayurvedic herbs do highlight the holistic and the personalized approach that Ayurvedic medicine is all about, right? We are very holistic, whole body approach, and also very personalized to the person kind of thing. And these formulations are also tailored to the individual constitution, the imbalances, and all the health goals that the practitioner and the patient or the client has. So I feel that's where the synergies becomes very important. I think if we were to use individual herbs, I think they can be beneficial on their own. I think probably like if we were to use just one herb like turmeric or something, but when you combine these in a synergistic way, right, they become more potent and effective therapeutic strategies. I think, can you explain the principles about like what are the principles behind, or what are the principles that guide to make these or create these combinations?
Sure.
If you want to watch The Answer, stay tuned for part 2.